The 4th of July is just around the corner. Happy birthday, America. My original plan was to review Independence Day, but that movie's just too damn good. And everybody's already seen it, and there's nothing I can say about it that you haven't already heard.
We can't penetrate their defenses.
We know that already. What's your point?
So, rather than wasting your time, I decided to review another Independence Day classic, Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam wants you dead.
Uncle Sam came out back in 1996. Now, when it comes to slasher movies from the 90s, I always thought that there were like two different categories. You got the ones that took themselves seriously, and these ones actually tried to be real movies. Then you've got the rest. These ones turned the campiness up to 11, and I don't even think they cared if they made any sense. I also noticed that these cheesy movies, they usually center around like a profession, like a doctor or a dentist or an ice cream man. Some of them even center around like fictional characters, like Santa Claus or Jack Frost. And it's with these cheesy movies that you'll find Uncle Sam. Now look, just because it falls into this cheesy category, it doesn't mean you shouldn't watch it. In fact, all of these movies are funny and entertaining, even though they don't really make any sense. Uncle Sam follows Jody, a young boy whose Uncle Sam was killed in war. You see what they did there? His body was brought back and stored in their house for a few days just before the 4th of July holiday, because I guess that's where you store a dead body, in somebody's house. I mean, if it was up to me, I would put it in a funeral home. But this movie's not supposed to make sense. Anyway, while the body's there, Jody gets really curious about his uncle's body and the coffin. He's also completely obsessed with the idea of going to war and serving your country.
When I'm grown up, I'm going in the army. Just like Sam did.
Forget about killing.
Somebody's got to be soldiers.
You don't want to get sent back in a box.
Maybe it's better than dying in bed.
And I can't tell if this is supposed to be funny or like a serious social commentary on a young boy's perception of war. Because the movie actually toes the line sometimes, and it makes you think that it's the kid that will end up being the killer.
All right, Ralph. You're dead.
Well, any doubts about who the killer is eliminated when Uncle Sam finally wakes up. And how did he come back from the dead, you might ask? I don't know. The movie never explains this. There is one scene where Jody cuts his foot on some glass and he bleeds on his uncle's photo. But I don't know how or why this works. I don't even know if this is what caused him to come back to life, because Jody bled on the picture on July 1st, and it wasn't until July 4th that he wakes up. So if it is what caused him to wake up, then there's some sort of delay in the magic that happens. But this movie's not supposed to make sense. Anyway, Uncle Sam goes on his killing spree, taking out anyone and everyone who's either a jerk or has anything bad to say about America. Seriously, everyone who's killed in this movie are terrible people. There's the pervert peeping Tom.
I hope you got an eyeful.
That draft-dodging teacher. The sleazy lawyer.
You mean you cheated them?
I'm just smarter than they are, Jody.
And who can forget the flag-burning neo-Nazis? Any tension that this movie could have had is immediately gone because I don't care about any of these people getting killed. In fact, I don't think anyone in the movie even cares. Seriously, most of these people are killed during the 4th of July festival, in front of everybody. And they're just like, how about we finish up the party?
Are we actually going to go through with the program for this afternoon? Well, I don't see why not.
So later that night, they lure Uncle Sam back to his house and they blow him up with the help from the blind boy who has a psychic connection with the killer. I know, this is crazy. And if you think I left something out, just watch the movie, you'll see. It turns out that this kid was blinded during an explosion mishap at last year's 4th of July festival. So his parents brought him to this year's 4th of July festival, because this movie's not supposed to make sense. Anyway, this kid, who is the key to understanding the killer, isn't introduced until an hour into the movie as some random side character. Even those flag-burning neo-Nazis got more screen time.
They will!
Look, this movie's a mess. Even still, watch it. It's a lot of fun, and with some friends, and maybe even some alcohol, it can be a blast. It's free on Tubi, so it won't cost you a thing. And where else are you going to see a kid who lost his vision from an explosion get so excited about being in front of another explosion? Thanks for watching, everyone. My name's Kenny, and until next time, let's not just watch movies. Let's talk about them, too. We can even talk about the movies that don't make any sense.